Hey guys, it's Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a books I really want to read in 2018 TBR. I know some of these books I won't get to this year, but there are some books here in this list that I have dedicated to reading in a certain month, so at least half of these I definitely will read. So let's just get into it. So the first book I've already started reading is The Librarian of Auschwitz. Basically, this book is about a young girl named Dita. I believe she's 14 years old, and she distributes books to other prisoners in the camp with her. And this is obviously dangerous if the Nazis find out that she has books on person or that she's doing this. Not only will the books be taken away and burned, but she's putting her life at risk too. And so far it's really interesting. I'm about 200 pages into this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I decided to read this book this month because Holocaust Remembrance Day is on the 27th, I believe. So reading that now, and I'm looking forward to finishing. The book I'm actually planning to read in February is Heartless by Marissa Myers. It's about a girl who is expected to be engaged to a king, but during a ball she meets somebody else and she falls in love and they have a secret courtship. That's all I really know about this. I think it's appropriate for February because of Valentine's Day. It's about love. So, and I'm cheesy. Next book I really want to read is Venus and Furs. Sorry, but I gotta cover up her boobie because her boobie is hanging out, and I don't think YouTube would appreciate that. Basically, it's about a woman being in a dominant role, and I think a man kind of getting off on this woman being in a dominant role. That's all I really know about it. I don't know anything else about it. It is a Penguins classic, and it's relatively short. It's only 126 pages, so I don't imagine it'll take me very long to read this. I don't know when I'm going to read this. I might read this in February as well, but we'll see. Moving on is As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner. I don't know too terribly much about this book either. All I know is this family moves somewhere because their mother has died, and it's basically following everyone's point of view, including the mother, I believe, before she dies. I'm not 100% sure. I've never read it before. Don't know when I'm going to read this. If I pull it, I pull it. If I need to read a book because I'm not enjoying anything I'm reading it, I just might grab it off my shelf. Phantom of the Opera. I absolutely adore and love the musical and the Broadway show of Phantom of the Opera. It makes me emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I am a sucker for Phantom of the Opera, and I've never actually read the book before. So I decided to give it a go. I know I'm gonna love it, and I don't know if I'm gonna want to read it in February or October. Next one is Zombie by Joyce Carol Oates. I believe this is about a serial killer, and that is all I know about it. I am definitely going to read this in October. In October, I read spooky, scary, horror, thriller type books, and since it's about a serial killer, it's appropriate for October. So, I don't think I'm going to be pulling anything out of my TBR jar here in October. I'm just going to be pulling off books like this one that I know follow my October theme. The Postmortal by Drew Magari. I don't know. All I know about this book, I bought this from Half Price Books maybe about 2 years ago. It's about immortality, and obviously things aren't going to work very well. It's a Penguin classic. I like the cover and the spine. It is a pre-apocalyptic world, as it says on the back. I'm doing 3 all in one. I have 3 books by Kurt Vonnegut I want to read. Welcome to the Monkey House, Player's Piano, and Cat's Cradle. I know some people read this in high school. I didn't. I actually read, for the first time, read my Kurt Vonnegut book first in 2016, shortly after my mother passed away, and Slaughterhouse 5 really moved me. Just the first chapter, like, about time and that people don't really die because time isn't linear, and it was a great book. It moved me and the writing was really good, so I want to read all these Kurt Vonnegut books this year as well. I know I'm going to enjoy all these books, and I plan in the future to actually collect all of his books that have, this style to it. I don't know when or if I'm going to get to these this year, but when I do, I know I'm going to enjoy them. Moving on, Perfume. I have to cover a boob again. Apparently I have a lot of books with boobs on them. Don't know why. This, probably gonna read it in October or September. It is a banned book, and it's about a serial killer, so we'll see. But it is about a serial killer who chooses his victims by the way they smell, and he comes across a woman who wears a particular perfume or scent that he kind of becomes obsessed with her. I have a feeling like he's gonna fall in love with her or something when he kidnaps her or some other thing. I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but it sounded good and I really want to give this I'm gonna try to dedicate September to reading banned books. I don't really know how many banned books I have on my TBR shelf behind me. But I really want to read Naked Lunch. It's about a guy who he lives in the US, he moves to Mexico, he changes his name, and he's a drug addict. And it's basically his experiences while taking these drugs. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it's about, but I remember last year at my college there was like a banned book week presentation that happened at my college, and this book was mentioned and talked about, and I decided that I really wanted to read it, so I ended up buying it, and I want to read it in September. Another banned book I want to read is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I've read a lot of different reasons why this book was banned. Some of it was because of language. I even read one that, people claimed that there were atheistic themes in this book, and that's one of the reasons it was banned. And I think it's a coming of age story. I know a lot of people have read this, so I really want to read this in September as well for Banned Book Week. This is another book I really want to read in October, and that is Coraline. I absolutely love the movie. I think it's adorable and creepy at the same time, and I've never actually read the book before, so I decided to get the 10th anniversary edition and plan to read it during October. Probably another book to read in October. I don't know if this book is actually considered creepy, but it is The Thin Executioner by Darren Shan. I love Darren Shan. I like the Cirque du Freak series. I like the Demonata series. I am in the process of collecting and reading all the zombie series as well. But I read this book back in high school. I don't know what time period this takes place in, but it's about a kid who's the son of an executioner. And out of everyone in his family, he's the tall, lanky, skinny one. All of them are big and burly and have muscles, but he is not. And he doesn't think he will be a successful executioner. I believe he doesn't actually want to be a executioner as well. So he goes out on his own journey to figure out who he is and what he wants to do with his life, and how he can come back to the village that he lives in and not be disgraced. He's trying to find a way for his family to approve of him. And it was a really good story. I enjoyed reading it in high school, and I really want to read it again. Last and final book is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. I know a lot of people have read this book. I've never actually ever read it. I'm probably gonna read it sometime during the spring, even sometime in April or May. What I think it's about, I don't exactly remember. I think the main character's mother dies, and then she ends up moving onto a bee farm and kind of finds a new family and these other women that work on the bee farm. I don't know a whole bunch else about it, and I bought it quite a while ago, so I want to be sure to read it this year. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. please tell me in the comments below what books you were really looking forward to, or make a video and be sure to link me it down in the description so I can go watch it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time.